students, welcome to our last lesson of the year. Next week we're just going to review and do problems that you've seen before, so there won't be an actual lesson next week. So this is actually our last lesson of the year, okay? And basically our last notes of the year also, alright? Okay, our last lesson is lesson 14, divide expressions with exponents. We just did multiply expressions with exponent, now we're doing divide. And there's two key things you need to know when you divide. Anytime when they're the same, anything that's the same on top and the same on the bottom, they always turn into 1. Like for example, okay, you don't need to write this down, like 10 divided by 10 is 1. Or like A divided by A is 1. It doesn't matter, they could be like 10 to the 4th power. That still turns into 1. A to the 7th power, A to the 7th power is equal to 1. So whatever's divided by the same thing, it always turns into 1. So that's something that you need to know. Obviously, most of you guys already know that. Alright? And we're going to do a technique that says that when they're the same base, you can actually go faster by subtracting the exponents. Okay? Alright, let me erase this real quickly. Okay? And so those are the two key things you need to know before we start on today's lesson. Go ahead and print out your notes and your assignment. Again, if you can't, just write them out. Okay, you can always pause and rewind. Alright? Alright, so let's get started. Number 1, again, they have to be the same base. So I'm going to show you the longer way, and then we're going to use this method. Alright? So the longer way would be, okay, if I know that I can do 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 divide by 10 times 10 times 10. Alright? And then you go, okay, they're the same. 10 and 10, they can cancel. Because 10 divided by 10 is 1. And that turns into 1. Oh, okay, that gives me 10 times 10, which is 100. Okay? So the answer is 100. I'm going to show you a faster way. Okay? So again, what you can do the faster way, you always want to start off by writing a fraction line first. Alright? You should know already that the 5th power means there are more 10s on top when you multiply. So what I can do, I go, okay, I'm going to subtract the exponent. So 5 minus 3. I'm going to cancel this one out. Okay? And then I'm going to subtract my exponent, then I'm going to get 10 to the 2nd power. And then you can put a 1 like that if you want to. And that will give you 100. Alright? That becomes really useful, for example, if it's a bigger number. Okay, you don't want to expand, that takes too long. Alright? So here's another example, but this one's in reverse. So there are more 10s on the bottom. So instead of doing 10 times 10 times 10, 10 times 10 times 10, cancel, you realize there's more 10s on the bottom. You go, okay, this one is gone because there's less 10s, and then you have to do it at the same time, and then you have to subtract the exponent. I'm going to pause for a second. Make sure you write down the fraction line first. Okay? And you realize there are no more 10s left, and then remember to turn it into 1 because you divide, so that's 1. And there'll be 10 to the 2nd left on the bottom because you subtract the exponent. So there are two more 10 times 10s on the bottom. Alright? That will give you 1 over 100. Okay? Now, you cannot leave that as 100. Obviously, that's very different. Okay? This one you can leave it as 100 over 1 if you wanted to. Alright? Alright, so number 3. Same thing. So I'm going to use this method, and I'm going to use this method. Okay? So I'm going to subtract, divide to turn into 1. Okay? So I'm going to imagine that's 5 to the 8th power, 5 to the 6th power. So there are more 5s on top. Okay? Always start off with the fraction line first. Okay? So that's why I'm going to get 5 to the 2nd power that is left because I'm going to cancel. So again, subtract the exponent. So there should be 5 to the 2nd power on the top, because there's more. And then I'm going to cancel this one. I'm going to write over here. That becomes 2 to the 4th power. Alright? That's a little too long. We always reset again. Writing the fraction line first actually makes things a lot easier for you, so when you see it, you cancel, you can write it down right away. Okay? Again, subtract the exponent, there's more 5's 2nd power on top. And now we have to complete this since it's a number, so 5 to the 2nd power is 25. and that will give you, I believe it's 16. Alright? Alright, number 4, so same thing. Locate the same base and then subtract the exponent. I know that's a negative there, you could just rewrite it first. I'm going to write down the fraction line. I want to make my life a little easier that way. Focus on one at a time, alright? So again, there are more 9s on top because it's 8th power. So that gives you 9 to the, oh, my bad, cancel out first. 9 to the second. This one doesn't have another base, so I'm going to leave that one alone. 2 to the third. And these two are exactly the same. See, they're same. And same on top. That turns into 1. You could ignore it, okay? You can put a 1 on right here. Nice, so there's nothing there. Again, that turns into 1. That's 1 times 1. Alright, so let's go do that. That one will give me negative 81 times, again, you could ignore the 1 there. That gives you 8. 81 times 8, I have it here at number 4, it's negative 648, so my answer is negative 648. I'll go and box this answer. I got a little confusing. Alright, let's go to number 5. Now number 5 has just letters, okay? Treat it the same way, same base, subtract the exponent, so again, rewrite the fraction line first, trust me, that makes a lot of things easier, okay? So again, there are more A's on top. And guess what? There's more Y's top also. Cancel. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Cancel. Now it gives you Y to the 1 over 1. You can leave it like this if you want to. Okay, I know they both cancel, so that's 1. But most likely you see it like this. Alright, let's go to number 6. Same thing, let's locate, first of all, let's write the fraction line, okay? These two can cancel, right? Look at that, they're the same and same, and those two are the same and same. In fact, there is no same base for G. This one you have to put a 1 on top, there's nothing left, okay? And you cannot rewrite it as G to the 3rd power, because obviously 1 over 100 is not the same thing as 100 over 1. So remember, so this is the answer right here. Alright, let's move on to number 7. There's only 10 problems for your notes and only 10 problems for your assignment today. Okay, let's move on to number 7. Alright, number 7, and again there's only 10, so 7 through 10. But we can do the same thing, okay? I would like to write the fraction line first, so just focus on subtracting the exponent and crossing something out, alright? There's a 7 there, there's no other 7, let's just rewrite that. Okay, that goes on top. Put a 1 here, so when I subtract the exponent, it's easier. Okay, so I get t, let's cross it out, sorry, t to the 9th, and you get r to the 5th. Right, and then there you go. Alright, so it's actually pretty easy once you get used to it. Okay, fraction line first. This one has numbers, 12 and 16. Again, you can't divide those two, but you can always reduce. You can always reduce 12 over 16, right? That becomes, let's see, divide by 4, divide by 4, that would give you 3 over 4. Okay, so that becomes, this part here becomes 3 over 4. Okay, there's more A on top by 1, and then there's no G, so just G to the 3rd. Alright, let's go to number 9, fraction line first, makes things easier. I get 3 to the 3rd. There's no other 3 to subtract, so just do 3 to the 3rd, which is 27. So 3 to the 3rd is 27. There's more G on the bottom. Put a 1 there, there's more B on top, B to the 3rd power. Alright, last one, fraction line first. This one you can reduce, again it's negative 15 divided by 5, oh that's just negative 3 on top, or negative 3 over 1. So negative 3 on top, put a 1 here, 1, that cancel, that cancel, okay, and then negative 15 over 5, it's just negative 3. Oh, okay, so you're done. So that's just negative 3. You can leave it like this. Write negative 3. Alright? Alright, that is the end of our lesson. That's the end of our distance learning. Again, next week we'll continue on with something that you already know how to do. I'll just post some worksheet, maybe in video. Alright? I do want to thank you guys for watching my videos. If you have any questions, okay, email me. Again, thank you and have a great day.